It's VaSilly Fisk again, from Fisk and Chernia and Co. As you know, we're metaphysical detectives. This is part two of a video series. My other phone lost out. There's no more data on my other phone, so I had to switch phones and I had to make a break. Okay, that's moving along. Now, my first video, I was talking about this human foot, and in the middle here, it looks like where the heel is here. It looks like a skate, which is like a manta ray. Okay. And what else do I want to talk about? Nothing. Uh-huh. I gotta change my... Hi, I'm Panda. I'm the reptilian prince. I come from planet Draconis, and my father is the emperor of, most of the Milky Way galaxy, believe it or not, because Draconis is in Orion, and everyone knows Orion Pictures is a very good movie studio. But, in truth, Orion is the home of Draconis and the reptilian homeworld. Like the Klingons in Star Trek had the Klingon homeworld, etc., etc. Well, Draconis is where I'm from, and we basically rule the Milky Way. There are rebel forces, but, don't be too concerned. I was out at karaoke, and I don't know why, but the karaoke DJ said, "Okay, now it's time for Captain Canada to come up and sing," and then he pointed at me. So everyone knows there's a Captain America. Apparently, yours truly is Captain Canada. I don't know where that's going. I just had to put it in there. Okay, this hat is Our Lady of Fatima in Portugal, where a very large crowd of people saw, I think it was the Virgin Mary. Yes, we got a beep on that. So it's the Virgin Mary, and apparently there was some like prophecy things that were forwarded to the Pope in the Vatican. And I don't know much about it, but anyway, maybe we'll hear more about the Fatima prophecies at some time, sooner rather than later. I don't know. Okay, I'm the man in the street, and I'm going to talk to you about nightmares. What do you need to know about nightmares? Well, nobody wants a nightmare. I don't know what else to tell you, except no one wants nightmare, right? What about a daymare? In other words, a nightmare, but you're having it during the day? Okay, I'm another man in the street with a different color hat. And unlike the first person, I'm kind of interested in this idea of separate realities. In other words, if it's true that some of these commentators have been saying for quite a long time that you create your own reality. So if I'm going to create my own reality, just, because I'm going to follow this ridiculous idea that I create my own reality, I should have a separate reality from every other person, according to this theory. Maybe taken to the extreme, but that's what they say. You create your own reality, and they keep repeating it and repeating it and repeating it. So I'm going to come back to this perhaps. Okay, this hat says, "Never give up." I don't know. You just need that message. Okay, and I'm coming back to this guy. You create your own reality is what I keep saying. And when I'm talking about let's just say some car racer, let's say he's an IndyCar racer. Does he create his own reality? Well, how could that be? Because in an Indy race, I don't know how many cars are racing, but there's more than just me. So if I'm creating... Oh, I heard a click. and I hear like a bird going, caw, caw, caw. Okay. Okay, I'm another man in the street, and this one is wearing a blue hat. And what I want to talk to you about on my soapbox is oneness. The law of one, which was a sort of a channeled work by some being called Ra, and I'm not sure if it's the same as the Egyptian Amen Ra. If you go to church and you say Amen at the end of hymns and prayers, is that who you're praying to? Amen Ra? I thought it was prayer to God, which earlier we said we're throwing away the idea of God and we're using this idea of source fields, etc. But anyway, that's all I wanted to pop my head around. And I'm going to be another blue guy, but this one is light blue. And this light blue man on the street is going to be talking about, I can't be too concerned because it's Pindar, and I'm the reptilian prince from Draconis and the Orion's belt. And, I just gotta mention, seeing as that, we rule the galaxy, is it true that Star Wars, I'm kind of getting the sideways grin going on here of Harrison Ford. Is it true that Star Wars is actually a documentary on what's been going on in the galaxy, and the evil emperor is actually Pindar's father, the emperor? Don't look silly. Don't look stupid. Do you really think that perhaps Star Wars is a documentary of what's going on in the galaxy? And we are on, if you look at the galaxies. All right, it's Chris Isherwood here, the playwright. Now, if we're going to analyze Star Wars, it's all about the hero's journey. And the famous person that teaches all about the hero's journey is none other than Joseph Campbell. Anyway, you can look him up. He's in all the libraries. I think he's deceased now. I don't know if there's much on YouTube. Anyway, the hero's journey is all about what Star Wars is about. And if Pindar is correct, then the evil emperor is Pindar's father, and etc., etc. Now, all right, it's VaSilly Fisk again. Now, remember me, I'm the metaphysical investigator. I had a few pints down at the pub, and so it loosens my up, it loosens my tongue, and sometimes I get a better idea of what's going on. Sometimes I start, I got a roving eye, and I start looking for action direct, which usually means, I want to get lucky. Not really on my cases, but, with whatever comes along and wants a shag. Okay, this is JB again, and this time it's not Jim Beam or Justin Bieber, it's just Bob. Now, as you know, it's either Infinite Bob 99 on YouTube or Burrows Bobby on Instagram. And if I'm just Bob, then it's like Just Jack on, that story. It was a TV show about two gay guys and their, it wasn't really a beard. If a gay guy's got a girlfriend and he's pretending that he's straight and she's pretending to be his girlfriend, the girl's called a beard. If it's just a gay guy and a girl and they're just friends and he's openly out, then she's a fag hag. That's just parlance in the homosexual community. Oh, anyway, Just Bob is actually a homosexual, and he's looking for action, and he gets none because he's pretty much what's known as an uncle. In other words, he's over the hill, and, I'm sorry, if you're an uncle, basically what you're known in well, if you're in Great Britain and you're an uncle, like an older gent, and you want to hang around with all the young hotties, you're known as a punter. And a punter's job, because you're older, you're expected to have lots of money. So a punter is the one who buys all the drinks and the party supplies and the hotels and the whores. a panta, and that's basically what an old uncle does. I'm the man in the street again, and I don't understand anything about what this whole story is all about. It's the second part of the story, and we have to start getting on point. All right, it's VaSilly Fisk. You're a metaphysical investigator again. Now, what was this story all about? This story is about it's about Bob Frizzell, who's our movie producer, and the name of the movie is an ongoing movie called The Reality Game. And it's a reality game because it's all based upon everything going on planet Earth right now, more or less. But we even brought in Pindar, the reptilian Draco from planet Draconis, who claims that his father, the Emperor of Draconis, was the model for the evil Emperor in Star Wars, believe it or not. Okay, it's Justin Bieber or just Bob. Let's go with just... it's Justin Bieber. Okay, it's just a guy wearing a purple hat that don't fit too good. Okay, just call me a dunce. A dunce is a person that's absolutely stupid and is basically the slowest learner in your class. In the olden days, like in the 1950s, 40s or something, they used to have a cap for really stupid people in the classwork. And if they screwed up really badly, got the wrong answer, or they were acting up, they had to wear a dunce cap and go in the corner and look at the corner of the room while everyone else kept working. Dunce clap is basically if you don't use a condominium and you pick up a social disease or a venereal disease. Oh, dear. Oh, I'm a black hat now. A black hat is someone who looks at everything with squinty eyes and says, I don't believe all this nonsense that you've been sending me. And they're basically not necessarily sarcastic, but they're doubting Thomas. It's like you tell them all kinds of inside gossip and they poo-poo it. In other words, they say, don't pull the wool over my eyes. Don't pull the wool over my eyes. You're bullshitting me. You're always bullshitting me. You're telling me these cockamamie stories and they don't make any sense. Okay, I'm another different blue man. Not the Blue Man Group from Las Vegas. They're very interesting. They're all got blue faces. And, anyway, my question is, what was the point of this whole video? Okay, I am going to tell you. This is Veracruz. Now, that's actually a place name, a city in Mexico. But let's imagine that Veracruz is a... there's Penelope Cruz, the actress. She's really hot, gorgeous creature. So Vera Cruz is her mother. Okay, so Penelope Cruz's mother is Vera Cruz. Not Tom Cruise, it's spelled differently. That's all I want to tell you. Okay, I'm the red-hatted guy on the street. I still don't understand what this whole bloody video is. Why am I still watching? Okay, I'm another black hat video. What's this? It's a Coors. Head for the mountains. It's Coors beer. It's made by Adolf Coors and Company, who are known to be, at least in the past, highly homophobic company. And as we know, Just Bob is a gay guy, and he's not too happy with Coors, so he has boycotted Coors products ever since he learned about Adolf Coors being homophobe. Homophobe is someone who wants to strip all the rights of humanity from homosexuals. Which way I'm going? Okay, it's VaSilly Fisk again, Fisk and Chunyanko. Okay, we're going to go back to my metaphysical detective story. Now, the thing is, if all of these people are, as they say in the Law of One, Amun-Ra, or just Ra, maybe he might be an extraterrestrial, that his name is Ra, R-A, but the Law of One is that we are all connected. There's one thing, whatever the hell it is, universe or whatever, we're all connected. So all these different characters that I've done are all connected. And as a metaphysical detective, I can use all the information that they all say and have a few pints down at the pub and loosen up my, what do you call those things? These are phalanges, but it's like, whatever those little things are inside your brain. Anyway, brains of my brain, and I can start connecting the dots to try and solve my metaphysical detective story. One more thing, I don't do that. What I do is I take all the files, I organize them in triplicate, and I keep one in the office. I send one to Andrew Chernenko, who's usually in China, sometimes Australia, and most of the times in the casino in Macau, which is a little enclave. Used to be a Portuguese enclave, now it's part of China. It's close to Hong Kong. All right, remember the 33. It means I'm the 33rd degree Mason. The Masons are kind of a secret society in that, well, if you want to join them, you have to know who is a Mason and ask them. They won't come search you out. And then the deep state lore is out of the whole group of the Masons comes the Illuminati. The Illuminati are the ones who really rule planet Earth. All right, so if the Masonic Illuminati rule Earth, and we had Pindar the reptilian Draco, who's the son of the evil emperor, the emperor of Draconis, who is the model for the evil emperor in Star Wars, according to what's going on.
It's Pindar. It's true. So you got, on planet Earth, you got the Masons, and they're sort of at the bottom of the pyramid. Well, every other human is not even it makes the pyramid, but pyramid of power, okay? You've heard of pyramid power? Well, the pyramid of power, everyone, they're just pets to us, We don't bother with you, you just do what you do. But then you've got the pyramid of power, so you get the Masons at the bottom of the pyramid. And then in the middle of the pyramid are the Masonic Illuminati. So these are the ones that go around with one eye, like some of these Hollywood guys, one eye. And I think they go like this or whatever. It's like the devil's horns, kind of thing. All right. And then at the top of the pyramid is extraterrestrials. It's us. It's the Draconians. We're from planet Draconis, and we work for the evil emperor, my father. I'm the Prince of Darkness. But he's the emperor, so technically he's my boss, and he's like the top of the pyramid. That's how pyramid power came about, and that's why they call it Masonic Illuminati, because, there's the elite on planet Earth, but they're human. And the reptilians are at the top of the heap, and the top of the heap is my dad, the evil emperor. He's playing, by the actor, and he looks somewhat human in Star Wars, but, they didn't get that part right. It's actually a reptilian. All right, now, if I got this all straight, we're trying to figure it all out. And so you're telling me that planet Earth, the secret societies, all report to an off-world extraterrestrial known as the Evil Emperor in Star Wars, and is actually a reptilian Draco. Now, what does Pindar mean? Okay, I'm Captain Canada, and I'm going to tell you what Pindar means. I can't remember what it means. It basically means penis. It's the penis that fathers all the aristocracy of all the royalty on planet Earth. That's what the Pindar is. His job is to go around and impregnate whoever the princesses are or the queens are, so that new bloodline all have got reptilian connections. They're hybrids. They're hybrid humans, hybrid reptilians, and that's why they call them shapeshifters. All right? So that's what that's all about. All right, and the black hat again. Remember, the black hat is the one, you don't pull the wool over my eyes, right? It's like you're always bullshitting me. I don't want to hear nothing about these extraterrestrials called the Draco ruling planet Earth. Everyone knows on planet Earth it's ruled by Oh, yes, Panda, Prince of Darkness from the Commons. Well, a lot of people think it's like the 1% rule the earth, or the billionaires, or Warren Buffett, or George Soros. The really stupid people think it's like the President of the United States, or, Vladimir Putin. No, no.
Okay, if I'm Captain Canada and I'm kind of working with Captain America, I don't know if we're Avengers or whatever, but our job is basically to what the hell's our job anymore? Like, what the hell's our job? I mean, it's Canada, and Canada is actually technically like the head of state of Canada is Queen Elizabeth, right? Queen Elizabeth of England is the head of state of Canada. She is the Queen of Canada. And what Pindar is saying, well, I guess technically the royalty are all fathered by Pindar, or the previous Pindar before he was the Prince Pindar. And they're reptilian shape-shifting hybrids. You can look more into this by a commentator. He used to be a soccer player, a soccer commentator called David Icke. ICKE. He's got all kinds of information about reptilians and the connection to the royal families around the planet. Anyway, if I'm wearing a Canada hat, then hap. Does it mean I'm happy? Well, I don't know. Hap. But anyway, if it's Canada and its head of state is the Queen, and she's a reptilian Draco, and she's sort of a sub, half breed reptilian, and the evil emperor of Star Wars is the actual emperor, and he's a total reptilian, then why do I want to be Captain Canada? Because then I'm fighting for a foreign power, somebody who doesn't even belong to planet Earth. He's the evil emperor of the galaxy. All right, it's VaSilly Fisk again. I had a few more pints down there. My mates and I down at the pub, we were checking on the soccer scores to see if David Icke was playing. And then we looked him up on Wikipedia, and we say, well, he's an old gent. He's got pot belly, and he's got grey hair. It's almost white. So, and then we looked and he said, yes, indeed, he was definitely involved in the soccer world. That's how he got into broadcasting. And he's been talking about this reptilian theory for God knows how long. And all the blokes decided to look him up on YouTube, and God knows there are plenty of YouTubes about David Icke talking about all kinds of stuff off the wall. They don't have time to watch it all now because they're drinking, they're watching some more soccer, but I just want to let you know that he is a real bloke. Okay, I'm another just Joe on the street, Joe just wearing a red cap backwards. Now that we've come to the conclusion of this segment of the video, you're going to have to go to the next segment because I'm trying to keep them fairly short.